You can use GSA to send contact forms and generate leads for people that will pay you for your products and services. What's really exciting about this is that GSA is an automated bot, and so it's going to generate leads for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It'll generate leads for you while you're going about your day. It'll generate leads for you while you're taking a break, while you're getting coffee, while you're eating, while you're sleeping. All of it, it just constantly generates leads. So that's super exciting because it's doing all of the work for us. You can see numbers cranking along here. I've already contacted 4,500 people just within the past few minutes while I was getting this set up and recording this video and talking to you right now. So my name is Ryan Borden. Let's jump into this and talk about how you set it up, because it's a little bit complicated. It's a little bit complex to get going, but once you get it going, it just runs for you and it just works. And I'm going to take you through it. So let's get into it. Step one is simply to use the links in the description of this video and you can grab the tools. Now, there is more than one way to do this. I'm going to show you the simplest way. You can go out there and find more complicated ways if you want to, but I am for simple. So this tool is called GSA Website Contact. It's a great tool by GSA. There's another tool by GSA that we're going to use too. It's called GSA Captcha Breaker. It is this tool right here, solves the captchas for you. The links for these are in the description. You're going to need some proxies. We're going to talk about how to do that. So don't get overwhelmed by any of these terms. And those are, the link for that is in the description. And then this is a VPS. You can see my actual computer is right here. This is a VPS, actually a dedicated server. But at the end of the day, all that means is it's another computer, right? So you could run this on your local desktop, your laptop, at your home, your office, whatever you want, right? You can. It's going to suck up your resources, your bandwidth, your DNS, and all that sort of stuff. If you have any kind of mobility, especially if you have a laptop or anything like that, I always run servers because somebody else manages the server. Somebody else makes sure it always works. Somebody else makes sure it's always on. And if there's a problem, they fix it. And so I don't want to have to deal with all of that. Plus, I have a laptop, so I can pick up and go. And when I shut off my laptop, the servers always stay running, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's literally another machine somewhere else that you just connect into, and it feels like you're sitting right in front of it. I can do everything. It's Windows. This does run on Windows. It doesn't run on Mac. And so it's just here and it's ready to go. So I'd recommend a VPS. I will tell you which one to get, but in the links in the description. Anyways, if you want to start out, though, on your local computer, you could always start it there and move it to a VPS later. You could tinker with it on your computer, and then when you want more power, you can go to the VPS. So let's pause for just a moment and sort of talk about what are we talking about here. So if you've watched any of my videos on Scrapebox, I have almost 200 videos on Scrapebox for the past more than a decade. Or if you've watched other videos I have on GSA, you might know me as Loopline, been on forums and all over the place. If you're familiar with it, you probably already know what contact forms is and how you can make sales and earn money with it. If you're not familiar with it, let's take 30 seconds and just talk about, what this is. So in quick review, let's say that I want to reach out to local businesses or online businesses. It doesn't matter, right? Anybody that has a contact form. Let's say I want to reach out to somebody and sell them something. Obviously, in order to sell something, right, you sell things to make money, whether it's your products and services or somebody else like an affiliate. You sell stuff to make money. When you sell it, you get paid, right? So in order to sell something, you have to have somebody to sell it to, right? Now, you can, of course, go do paid ads, and everybody knows you can pay for ads on YouTube or Facebook or Google or whatever, right? However, that takes money to spend on ads. It's difficult if you've ever done it or talked to anybody that has done it. And of course, it's no guarantee that you're actually going to make any money either. And obviously, all these platforms that sell you ads, they're more interested in taking your money than they are helping with ads. I've heard countless stories of people spending tens of thousands of dollars and making $0 back. That's not what we want to do. So let's say we want to sell to plumbers, right? So let's do plumbers, Detroit, Michigan. I'm up here in Detroit. And this works anywhere in the world, literally, whether you're in France, Brazil, Canada, USA, Australia, it doesn't matter, right? Any language, anywhere in the world. So let's say, we're going to find somebody, just an example here, that's an actual plumber. We don't want like one of these directory type plumbers or directory type places. So this is Jimor, I don't know, it doesn't matter. We're going to click on them, right? I'm just picking this at random. We're going to look for their contact and we're going to go contact. And here we are. So you can call them. They have an address, I guess, if you wanted to go there, or at least so you know where they are. And then they have a form that you can fill out. Now, I can put in, if I want plumbing services, right, if my sink is leaking, I would obviously fill this out, hit submit, and they're going to call me or text me or email me or whatever, right? Schedule a time, come fix my sink. We can use this in reverse, though. We could put in whatever we wanted here. So company name is, let's say that your name is Bob Smith, or you're going to use an alias, right? You can be totally anonymous and use an alias. I'm just going to do Bob Smith Incorporated. It doesn't even matter. I'm going to put in Bob for the first name. The last name is Smith, right? I hit tab button there, rolled up. We're going to put in the email. And then a phone number. I don't know. Right? Whatever. Hey, my name is Bob. I sell SEO services. Sell anything you want, right? SEO services. You could sell social media services, the new Google Analytics 4 services. You could sell social media content creation. You could sell video creation. I've sold office snacks with this, like subscription office snacks where a company will mail them healthy office snacks for their employees. I helped a person sell shipping containers with this, like the big metal boxes you ship across the ocean. You can, on a freighter, you could sell anything with this, whatever your product or your service is, or you could sell affiliate stuff with this too. I'm just going to say SEO because everybody kind of knows what SEO is, so hopefully this will resonate with everybody in the video, whereas if I start talking about random products that people don't know about, it might not make sense to you. Maybe it makes sense to you, but not the next person. Obviously, I want the video to help more than just one person. So here we are. So I'm going to sell SEO services. I see your website is broken. Do you want me to fix it? Right? Bob. Okay, now I can submit this, right? If I submit it, then it's going to do this little ditty. It'll say contact form successfully submitted. Now that company is going to get an email, and they're going to see that message in an actual email, and they're going to read it and say, oh, our website's broken? Oh, well, maybe it is broken. And there's always going to be something broken on a website where you can make it better, right? We can always improve something if you're doing SEO. If you're selling, subscription office snacks, you put that in there. It doesn't matter whatever you're selling, right? You can always spin it a certain way. So now we've reached out to a business. That took a minute, right? So with this, while we've been chatting and whatever, this has reached out to 13,100 businesses. So, and not all businesses, but 13,100 people, right? And offered them our message. So imagine being able to put your message in front of 13,000 people on an ad, right? With Facebook. I don't know how much that would cost, but if you could get it to like 6 cents, if you could get it to 6 cents a click or whatever, if you could get it down, you could easily, to get in front of 13,000 people, maybe you're spending, 10, 20, 30, $50 or more, depending on the leads. We just did it while we were making this video, right? While we were just talking. So this can go, you can see as we go along here, I've got other projects in here, 247,000, 233,000. There's over 1 million people reached just with these projects. This one's at 850,000 that were successfully sent, right? And so there's no limit. You can do tens of millions in a month if you want to, right? I don't know if you can handle that many leads, especially if you have your own products and services. I have worked with clients over the years. I don't anymore, but I did. And there was more than once they told me to turn it off because it was generating more leads than they could handle. That's a great problem, but then you're faced with a different issue of scaling. Nonetheless, that's what this is, and that's what contact form marketing is. I say contact form marketing, I mean just sending contact forms. And so if we want to do this, the way that we do it is obviously you get the program, you put it on your computer, it's going to give you a registration code, you do that. Once it's registered, you can click new project here. There is a wizard, you can use it. Advanced is a little bit easier, especially for videos. And we can just call it plumbers, or we can call it test. You can call it anything you want. So let's just put test, for example. All right, make a test project. It opens up some settings. Now we have two methods. Obviously, I have contacted 14,000 businesses now, 14,000 people rather, selling them whatever their social media is broken, so we can sell them social media services, right? So who do I contact? Well, you have two avenues to utilize this. You can scrape. It's called scraping. This comes from like Google, Bing, whatever. You could scrape the search engines for your list of keywords, right? Keywords being, what do you want to do? You want to sell to plumbers? You want to sell to e-commerce store owners? You want to sell to everybody, right? Whatever. Or you can just import pre-filtered lists. So full disclaimer, I sell pre-filtered lists. I'm not telling you have to use those. Obviously you can scrape them. If you want to import pre-filtered lists, you can go exponentially faster. If I wanted to put plumbers in here, just delete this test keyword, add, enter in a keyword and put in plumbers. I can do that and click OK. And I'm going to need some proxies. I'm going to send them to private. We can configure the proxies and you can't see everything here, so don't worry about it. But all we're going to do is add proxies. You get them from the proxy provider, the links in the description. You can import them from clipboard. There's only 2 formats, so you just import one or the other. You'll know because it'll have @ symbol or not. You import them. And then it'll ask you if you want to test them. You test them, you click OK, they turn green, you click OK. Proxies are done. And now I can click OK in my test and I can go start, scrape check, and it's going to go out to search engines and it's going to start finding websites that are related to plumbers. Now, bear in mind, some search engines have high accuracy like Google, and some of these random search engines from random places may have much lower accuracy, so you may not actually get plumbers. It's useful to use a lot of search engines if you just want a blanket approach. I want to sell to everybody. If you need plumbers in Dallas, Texas, that's a little bit of a different story. You can import all of your like plumbers, Dallas, Texas keywords. You can use ChatGPT actually, which is really nice, to make that list of keywords or zip codes. So like plumbers 48175. I don't know, I'm making up zip codes, but you get the point. I can also go here and add cities and click configure. There is a list of pre-done. These are cities of AF, state of Long Island, so different countries around the world. I'm in the US. I'm going to show you that as an example. So we can do cities of let's see. Oh, actually, hang on. I think you can pick the whole country as well. I don't really use this. So you can pick the whole United States, right? And that's fine. We could also just pick cities of, well, went past it. There's a lot in here because there's a lot of locations around the world, of course. Cities of U.S., South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, right? You can tick off the ones that you want. And that's like this one, cities of U.S. state, Texas. It's going to give you all of the cities in the state of Texas. So it's going to give you plumbers plus all the cities in the state of Texas. We can also very quickly, I'll show you this. So I just popped open ChatGPT and told it this. Give me a list of all the plumbers, one per line with the state of Texas by zip code. And I gave it some examples and told it to supply the zip code. Let's see if this works. It will work. If it doesn't work immediately when you type it in, just try, a little bit different command or, prompt there. So we'll give that just a second. It's pulling the list of zip codes in Texas right now, and then is going to give us all of this information here. And I actually only want the zip code, so I'm just going to stop it, for example. And this is just not supposed to be a ChatGPT video. Great, but please give me just the word plumbers and the zip code, like my example, and no other data. Great. So you could load in this other stuff, but all this stuff's going to get loaded into things. And the more complicated you make the search query, the more complicated it gets. Anyways, so we can see a big list, and we don't need to let this. It's going to just keep going, right? And ChatGPT is pretty cool, at least if you have a paid account, because now they have the option to continue generating. So what happens is, when it reaches its limit, you can just hit the continue generation button. Or you can say, great, can you give me 50 more that are unique if there is that many zip codes, right? And it's going to start spitting out even more, right? So you can just keep going, right? Or you can just ask it for like 500 in the first place, or say, how many zip codes are in the state of Texas? Great, give me all of them. I'm going to stop this. Anyways, we get the point here. We can grab these. I'm just going to grab some of them, copy them, and voila, add them, import from clipboard, and now I have zip codes for plumbers in the state of Texas. So that would let you do, if you wanted to get them with like a 100-mile radius, you could say, give me plumbers plus zip codes within a 100-mile radius of Dallas, Texas, right? Whatever. Sky's the limit here. ChatGPT is pretty crazy. So now that I have my keywords, of course, I would then just go back to start, scrape plus check, and now we would start pulling in plumbers based off of those actual zip codes. And we can roll the keywords here. And it's going to tell us when it does the keyword what the search engine is that it's using. So it's using web crawler, and this is 75180, etc. You get the point, right? So we can generate a list. You can see it's pretty small. While it's doing this, we've managed to get 142 sites. Of those, GSA thinks it can submit to 45. We're probably going to get about roughly 50 to 60% success out of that. So maybe that's like 20. You can see our original one is still going at 16,000. That's because I imported a list. So I could right click here after we abort this. I'm just going to pause this test project and show you. So now it's paused. I'm going to right click and go to import, and from file, if you want to grab lists that are already completely done. For example, here, this is I'm just going to pick a random list here and import it. And you can see it's going to take a second and it's going to read this file. I have no idea how many URLs were in that list I picked, so it might be actually big. It's going to take a second. I'll pause the video while it does that. All right. So it looks like we imported, what is this? 1.5 million URLs in total. So now we can go submit to those 1.5 million URLs. And these aren't just 1.5 million random websites, because only about 10% of websites have contact forms on them, because you have websites about all kinds of stuff and it wouldn't make sense to have a contact form, right? You want to sell to people that are going to buy, and typically that's businesses. So businesses have contact forms, and they also have money to spend with you. There's also people, right? So like I said, I sold office snacks and that sort of stuff. But the point is here, these 1.5 million are pre-filtered. So this 1.5 million started out as about 15 million websites. So imagine scraping 15 million websites and then filtering them down to get to the 1.5 million that you can actually submit to. This is a pre-filtered list. You can pick up pre-filtered lists. I'll put the link for that in the description as well. But now that we have it, we just need to send a message, right? So we go to submission content, make sure we turn on proxies, set it to private. All this randomized stuff, you can pretty much leave that to start. If you want to toy with it later, you can. But it's nice to have random things anyways. The big thing is that if you want them to reply to your email, you would want to put in an email address here. Otherwise, you can leave that as random if you're putting a link in there. What do I mean? You have a subject and a message. Think about this like an email. It's not an email, but think about it like an email. If we want to send them an email that says website broken as the subject line, right? And then as the message, it's your website is broken. I can fix it. Would you like that? Right, Bob. Whatever, right? So now you could then just reply and let me know, right? And then they're going to reply to that, and that's going to come back to your email inbox, or you could put in a link, right? Whatever link you want. HTTPS www.yourwebsite.com, right? Send them to your website, let them buy there, ask questions, whatever, right? So we can click OK. Again, if we're going to put in an email, if we want them to reply to email, we do need to go ahead and put in an email address. This would be like bob@bobsmith.com, whatever your email address is, right? You are going to get a lot of auto replies mixed in with the actual leads and responses. So don't use your day-to-day email. Make up a burner email or a separate email address just for this. Click OK, and that's it. Like, we can start sending, right? There's some other finer points that we probably want to set up. This will work like this. We can optimize this to work better and have higher efficiency and higher success, but it's important to walk before you run. So we go ahead and just click here, and it's going to give us a sample of our website. Pretend this is the actual link to your website. You click continue, and then Viola, it's going to start sending messages here in just a minute. It's got to spin up, obviously, and you can see it cranking away. It's since reached 68 people. So now over 100 people there in just a few seconds, gone to their website, filled in the form. They're going to get a message, and now they can buy something from you. Again, your products or services affiliate, it doesn't matter. So now let me just take you very quickly through other options. If we stop this here, because we don't need to send that message, there was no point, because I didn't put an actual link in there. But you would put your link in there and away you go. Once you have it stopped here, there's some different options in here. I have it set to 700 connections right now. If you get enough proxies, you can run this up to like 1,000 and go even faster. I had scraping set to 1. You could go, up much higher than that and make it go faster. This kind of depends on the proxies. Generally speaking, you got to have at least 10 to start really, but you can go anywhere from 50 to 200 if you want to go really fast. And then we've got some global blacklists. We want that turned on. and that sort of thing. We can look at the actual project here once it is done aborting, because I had it ramped up with tons of threads, so it takes just a second to end, and we're good. There's some different filters, and checking you really don't need to worry about. Filters, there's some filters if you want to, you don't really need to. Captchas, I have GSA captcha breaker set up here. We can see it working in the background. What happens is when websites have captchas, you know what captchas are, they're these things. When it has a captcha, it will find the captcha and it will solve the captcha. And so you can see it is all of these captchas that it is solving as it goes along. And this is from this project that we have actually running right here. We can set up the captcha solving in here. There's a scheduler as well, so we can limit the amount we send per day, what times of days, and that sort of stuff. I'm not going to go into all that. Again, you can even start it without the captcha breaker running here at all. You can see it cranking through captchas there. Is it solving them? You can start it without this. This just helps success. But if this seems like a lot, because I wouldn't even personally use GSA to scrape my lists, I use Scrapebox, which is just another software here. Excellent software. I have over 180 videos on it on my other YouTube channel. I'll put a link to that in the description too. Anyways, this is way more robust and powerful for scraping than GSA is, because you can stamp out tons of instances, and the GSA is good at sending, so you can send with that. But if it seems like a lot, I do have an option. I'll put the link in the description where it's like a done for you setup. Set everything up for you. Can get on Zoom calls with you and go over everything. Make sure you have it set up. We can talk about messaging strategy and what you can sell and how to sell it and like what your goals are and all this sort of stuff, right? Even text messaging support where you can text me, email me, and I'll walk you through things and help you. All of that is available. That's all in the description as well. So there's tons of leads, and I can just show you one inbox here that we have that's got massive amounts of responses. Let's see, there's 68,000 waiting and 18,000 here. And right, so a lot of these, don't get me wrong, are auto replies, but there's also leads in here as well. Right. And so people are coming back and saying, hey, I'm interested. You know, some people will say, I'll buy it if it's good. Some people will say, you know, what are you talking about? That sort of stuff. So there's different ranges of where people come back with the leads. But what is a lead? It's just somebody interested in buying something. And if you're having them reply to you, the easiest way, of course, is to give away something free. This is very obvious. You have to go anywhere. I don't know how it is in all countries, but at least in the United States, there's constantly free samples of food if you go places. You can go to like the big wholesale houses like Costco and Sam's Club. They're always giving away free samples. If you want to go and try software out, you see online, there's a $1 trial or a $7 trial for 7 days. There's always trials, right? There's samples. And maybe they're paid for a couple of bucks or maybe they're free. But the point is that you have to build trust, because no one trusts you. Who are you? You know, why should I buy from you? Why should I give you money? And you're the same way. When you hear a random person trying to sell you something, do you immediately go and buy? Probably not. You need to know who they are and what they're doing. So you can give away something for free. So a message might be like, hey, I made a couple free videos for your website. Do you want to see them? Right. And you don't have to make the videos until they reply with yes. And there's great tools you can use. I'll put a link in the description where you can use a tool called Shinify to make the videos using AI. So you don't have to make the videos. Just punch in some stuff and AI does it. You could do, hey, I saw something was broken on your website. Can I fix it for you for free, right? So then if you're selling SEO, you do that, find something, fix one thing for free. And then once you fixed it, they know who you are. You've given them something. Law of reciprocity says they want to give you something back. And then you can say, hey, do you want me to do basic fixes? And you can give them a flat price for fixing other stuff on their website. Or do you want me to do SEO on your website? It's $300 a month, $500 a month, $1,500 a month, whatever the services are that you're offering them. Maybe you get them on a $300 a month to, optimize some stuff. And then 2 months later, you come back and you're at $1,500 a month because now you're doing their analytics and everything else, whatever, right? You can sell them all kinds of stuff. And so this is what I'm talking about. You can get leads and then sell people stuff. Easiest way is to give away stuff for free. And I don't want to drag this video out too long because I appreciate you sticking with me this long so far, showing you how you can make money with this. But I did want to say also, don't think that you have to give away things for free like this. You can say, hey, I have leads for you. Can I connect them with you? Right? So if it's a business, Maybe they're a plumber. You can say, hey, I have leads. Plumbers, every business always wants more leads, more customers, more sales, more money, right? They never have enough. And so all you have to do then is once they say yes, then you could use this tool, GSA, to actually go get them some leads. So then you can message other people and tell them about the plumber services, and then they'll go buy it. And you say, does that work? Yes, it does. I know people that are specifically doing it and have even done it by hand and then moved to automation program so that they could do it faster. And it doesn't even take that much. I mean, if you have a local plumber in Dallas, Texas, how many leads can they really handle? Like, how many customers can they handle? Can they handle 1,000 customers a week? Most likely not. They only need like 10 customers a week or 5 customers extra a week is huge for them. And so it doesn't take that much, and then they can be paying you for the leads, and you're just using this program to generate it. The sky's really the limit here. Like, we could go on and on and on, and I don't want to make this into a messaging video. That could be like a series of videos by itself, but I think you have the concept here. And so you can use different angles and sell different things and make money by sending contact forms. And already, again, now we're up to 24,000 people contacted just while we're doing this video. Let me kind of wrap this video up by just talking straight with you. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? You're not going to make $100,000 tomorrow with this. You're not going to make $100,000 probably in the next several months. You could, right? And I know people that have done it, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they have to be ready for scale. And when you make that kind of money, you got to be able to deliver those kind of products, and scaling all that up and dealing with that sort of stuff. You've got to walk before you run, right? So don't put the cart before the horse. Go into this with a reasonable expectation. But basically, once you get this person, you want to get them on the phone, right? Get them on the phone. They want to see trust, right? That's what it's all about. You don't buy from somebody until you trust them. If you get a random email from somebody, you're not going to buy from them unless you trust them. If you get on the phone and you talk to them and you realize they're selling you something legitimate, they can show you stuff. Maybe they give you a sample, just like you're giving them a sample, something for free. In this case, like right here, you could give them some free leads, get them just run, like how easy is it? Set up their business in GSA and run a project, get them some free leads. And then all you're doing is saying, hey, let me do it free. Then later, if you like it, would you be interested in paying for it? Right? Or just let me do this free for you. Let me do this. Here, let me pause the video and type this. So let me do this free for you for 2 weeks. And then if you like it, I can show you what it would look like. And this is nothing like revolutionary here. Like, you can go watch other people like Alex Hormozy, or just go find scripts. This is just a script concept, like sales script, basic sales 101. Give somebody something for free. Hey, listen, I'm going to do it for you for free. I'll take out your trash free for 2 weeks if you have a trash service, right? Whatever. I think that was an Alex Hormozy video. He was using an example of a trash service. Take out your trash for free. Then if you like it, later on, I'll show you what it would look like. Is that cool? And they're either going to say yes, or they're going to say no, or they're going to ask some more questions. And so if they're not interested, they're not interested. But a lot of people are interested, and they're interested in all kinds of things. They're just so busy with life that you basically have to show up, make it easy for them, give it away for free, trust them, give it away for free, build the trust. And then once you have shown trust and you made it easy for them, then they're willing to step in and do it. They just don't have time to seek you out, and they don't know who you are. They don't know to even look for you, right? So you're going to them and showing up. So this has been a long video. Hopefully this makes sense. Some people may not like to get on the phone with them. You can do affiliate stuff and you just sell it with a link. You're going to make less money, and it's going to take longer to do affiliate stuff. It does work, but it just takes longer to build the trust. You're going to have to keep messaging and keep messaging and keep messaging them and build trust over time when they see the messages, like the rule of 7. Which you can Google that. I'm not going to go into that, but people want to see stuff from you on average 7 times before they're going to buy, if they're just going to see it like that. So get them on the phone is the absolute fastest way to make money. Could be text messaging. You could set that up through a Google Voice number or Skype or whatever, right? Don't have to give out your actual phone number. You can text them. You can talk to them on the phone. Or if you don't want to talk on the phone, you just get this done and you find somebody else that wants to talk on the phone. There are tons of people out there that'll work on commission only. And they'll talk on the phone and they'll just get paid for the sales that they generate, or have a friend do it, right? If they do it, right? Team up with somebody. It doesn't really matter. But, I know a guy who made $400,000 in profit inside of a matter of months just with contact forms by doing the ERTC tax credit thing. For most people, that would be massive. I mean, I've had people tell me that if they made a couple of $200, $300, $400 extra a month, that would be huge for them. And some people want to quit their jobs, and you can do that too. But it just depends on what you want to do. I will put all the links for the tools down below. I'll put the done for you service down below. You can pick up the contact forms, and then there will be more videos on this same channel. So go ahead and subscribe. And then also there's a link down there where you can join my email list, and I'll email you with all the new videos and free resources that can help you. But I just kind of wanted to go over a video of the basic concept here so that people that are getting started, because I get this question like constantly. So helping out those people who are getting started. At the end of it here, I'll just leave it with this. One of the big pitfalls so when I do done for you setups, like the links in the description. So when I set this whole process up and help people out, which I've been doing, for years, people ask, and here, I'll just put my phone number in here. You guys can text me if you want about this, and we can get you set up. It's on the website in the link down below too. This is one of the things that people, they try to get ahead of themselves. So don't try to get ahead of yourself, right? You can go down the rabbit hole, but you got to walk before you run. People are all worried about how I'm going to, deliver the product and do the administration, all this sort of stuff. That's kind of important, but you got to make sure that it even works first. So if you're an established business and you know what you're doing and you just want more leads, fine. Then I don't really have a lot to say for you there because you already understand this. But if you're a newer person, then you really got to get the lead in the first place and then get them on the phone. Meaning, if you get on the phone with them and you're giving them, the free leads, or you're giving them something broken, a free sample of something, you might try to give them something and they don't even really want that. So you send out tons of messages and you offer something for free and you get no responses, right? That means people don't want what you're offering it in the way that you're offering it. I spelled responses wrong, but you get the point. So then you just change it up. So let's say that you are giving free videos for their TikTok, right? So let's say I got free videos for your TikTok. I can tell you right now it's not going to work, but let's say you did that, right? Because TikTok is a fantastic avenue for businesses. The problem is most businesses, if you scan their websites, which you can do with Scrapebox, I've scanned them, like 1% of businesses or less, and it varies a little bit, but I'm giving you rough numbers, has TikTok. They still think it's a dancing platform because businesses and people are very slow to adapt. They don't know that they can make $1 million for their company or their person on TikTok, right? So then you change it up and you be like, I saw your Facebook videos are broken, right? Because everybody has Facebook. Well, now all of a sudden you start saying, get the user response, what's broken, right? Well, what's broken is they don't have any, or they're not regularly posting. Or you say, they say, I should do Facebook videos, but I don't actually have any. And you say, I can help you out. Here's a couple videos for free. Would you like to see them? Well, yeah, I'd love to see them. And then you just get on the phone with them after you send them the videos, say, hey, let me get on the phone with you. I'll send you the videos, get on the phone with them. Or get on the phone with them and do it right there and let them watch them while they're on the phone with them and say, hey, do you like these videos? Yeah, this is cool. Great. Let me send you a couple of more and put them up on your Facebook page. And then in a week or two, we can talk about this and I'll show you what it looks like, right? If you want it, right? Because it's the same thing as anything else. If you go buy software, pay $1 for a trial or get a free trial, they're going to ask you to sign up for the software. If you go get a free sample of food at a taco truck, what's the point? Why are they giving you a free sample of the carnitas at the taco truck? So that you'll buy some carnitas, right? Buy a carnitas quesadilla or a taco or whatever the world it is they're selling, right? They're going to ask you to buy and they're going to offer you to buy. You're going to do the same thing. Here's some free videos. Here's some free leads. Here's some free fix for your SEO. Here's some free this, whatever you're doing free. And then you say, all right, cool. Would you like to buy it? It's literally just like ask them. And they're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. Not everybody's going to buy, but some people will buy. And those then become your customers. And if they start paying you every month, now you have monthly recurring revenue or income. And then you just keep adding and stacking and adding and stacking. And then maybe if you get too busy, you start hiring an assistant and hiring other people to help fulfill those services. Maybe you hire a salesperson if you don't like the sales part, or maybe you hire somebody to fulfill it if you don't like the fulfillment part, whatever, right? So I'm going to let it go with that. I think you have the idea. If you're interested in the Done For You setup, just shoot me a text message and we can get started. Of course, I'll put the link for the Done For You setup in the description. Links for all the tools and everything on this video, from the VPS, the proxies, the GSA website contact, the tool here that we've managed to send 33,000 messages while we're making this video. And I don't even have it cranked up all the way, so it could go faster, but I don't want to overwhelm you. So that's it. And until the next video, happy earning, and I'll see you then.